If you're being harassed at work, you usually have a handful of options open to you. One is the criminal justice route, another is suing your employer in court, a third is going the union grievance route if you're unionized, and the fourth is the Human Rights Tribunal option. And the tribunal option is probably the most accessible, but there are a bunch of pros and cons attached to it, like any choice. So on the pro side, you're usually in control of the proceeding, meaning you get to decide where to take your case, compared to the criminal justice route where you lose all control because it goes to the police and then the prosecution, or the grievance route where really the union gets to decide what to do with your case. Another pro is that there's usually free legal support available at the Human Rights Tribunal or Commission, and depending on your case, you could even get a free lawyer all the way to the end of the hearing. And the reality also is that even if you can't get a lawyer, I've seen so many self-reps go through the system. It is doable, not great, but you get a really long leash on the rules of procedure if you don't have a lawyer. Now, on the con side, most damages awards cap out at $50,000. I've seen some exceptions beyond that, but you hear a lot of people say that in the end, $50,000 isn't really worth it considering the amount of stress and time and effort that goes into it. Which brings me to my next point. A lot of hearings are so backlogged that they don't even go forward until 2 years after you file the application. Again, might not really feel like worth the stress or the time or the effort. The last thing is that, like any civil proceeding, if you're unsuccessful, you could be on the hook for your employer's legal fees. Okay, now with all of that said, sometimes all it takes is just filing an application with the Human Rights Tribunal to get a settlement from your employer. So it might be worth just going the initial step of talking to the Human Rights Legal Support Center to help you get that settlement.